All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to call this meeting to order, January 5th, 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein? Here. Councilmember Fugazi?
Here.
Councilmember Hilton?
Here.
Councilmember Marks?
Here.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Here.
Mayor Bozo?
Here. Item 1.3, City Clerk's posting of the agenda, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This agenda was posted on Friday, January 2nd at 3:52 p.m.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilmember Fugazi. All rise, please.
Please join me in the pledge. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no invocation this evening, so you may be seated. Orders of the day, item 1.6. In orders of the day, I would like to move items 9.1 and 9.2 up to 3.1. Everybody okay with that, Council? Okay.
Say that again?
I'm going to move items 9.1 and 9.2. That would be the appointment of City Administrator Matt Morley and the appointment of Barjo Sangha as acting City Administrator. Okay, so moving on to item 1.7, employee introductions by Leanne McPhillips.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council, members of the Gilroy community. I'm pleased to introduce our newest City of Gilroy employee, Omar Paniagua, who began work today as our new facilities maintenance specialist. Omar has been working in the facilities maintenance trade for about 9 years, most recently at a school district in San Jose, where he had to maintain a variety of facilities across 17 different work sites. His work ranged from drywall repairs to painting to roofing repairs, carpentry, electrical work, plumbing, restroom repairs, locksmithing work, HVAC troubleshooting, window repairs, security upgrades. He's seen it all in a facility that's busy like a school district. In a previous job, he also worked as a roofer. He earned his associate's degree in sociology from Evergreen Valley College. And in addition to his technical skills, what impressed us the most about Omar is the passion and pride he showed for his work and the customers that he serves. This showed in the many examples that he shared with us during the interview process. Omar is bilingual in Spanish, lives in Hollister with his wife and 2 daughters, and in his spare time, he enjoys cooking and spending time with his family. So please join me in welcoming Omar to the City of Gilroy. We hope you had a great first day of work.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to join the team, and a special thank you to Leanne and Walter. I'm committed to serving our community and providing strong customer service to residents and staff. I'm grateful to be part of a group that puts the city and its people first, and I look forward to continuing the support and the community with pride and dedication. Thank you.
Thank you. I was around City Hall today, and I was talking to a couple of guys that were doing a lot of work around City Hall, and Omar was one of them. And I was talking to him, and as if he had been here for years and years and years, so comfortable, working so hard. So thank you very much. Looking forward to having you here. Thank you. Okay, moving right along. To item number 3, we're going to get right to public comment, presentations to council. So we have some speakers this evening. And before you announce the speakers, since it's the beginning of the year, I'm just going to do a little review about our public comment and our presentations to council. So just for those of you who may have not done this before, there are many of you in this room that I know that you have done this many, many, many times, and we thank you for that. But for those who haven't, this is how it works when you do public comment. In this particular time of public comment, you are going to be commenting on something that's not on the agenda. So just in case maybe you made a mistake and committed to speaking now on an item that's on the agenda, then just please wait and speak to it when it's on the agenda. So typically what happens, you just check in, if you can please, with the city clerk. At some point in time, your name will be called, In some cases, we have many speakers. And the way it works typically is if we have more than 10 speakers, if we have up to 10 speakers, you have 3 minutes to speak. If we have over 10 speakers to 20, typically we allow for 2 minutes to speak. And after 20 speakers, we allow for 1 minute to speak. There is a bell at the end of that time. And sometimes when you're speaking, it's normal. Some speakers just don't hear it. So if you don't hear it, we'll be able to tell, and I'll remind you that your time is up, and that we'll ask that you end your speaking. As a reminder, also, there is decorum when you're speaking, not only from the speaker but from the crowd. Right. So we're hoping that whenever we have public comment, this is not a big time wrestling match where there's winners and losers and there's people cheering and people booing. The goal of people doing public comment is that everybody in the crowd wants to feel comfortable and everybody around them are comfortable. So with that being said, if you can stick to some of those comments that I had, we will get right to it on our first round
Mayor?
of public comment
Can you
of the year.
Can you just add, for those who maybe have not done this, I appreciate you going over the rules.
Sure.
Remind people that we cannot respond.
Oh, yeah.
Oftentimes they come up with questions.
Thank you. Yeah, so sometimes we've had people come and do public comment, and it's new to them, and there's a perception that when they do come do public comment that we're going to be answering some of their concerns and questions. This is not a time for that, and the reason why is because it's not on the agenda. And if it's not an agendized item, then you will not have remarks from council. But that doesn't mean that we do not want to hear feedback from the community. So please come in and do your public comment. So thank you, Councilmember Ramirez, for reminding me to say that. So with that being said, let's move right into it.
Thank you. I'm going to call up the first 3 speakers, Cindy Smith, followed by Britt Smith, and Stephen Hayes.
How many speakers do we have at this time?
We currently have 7.
Okay, so 3 minutes each?
8.
8. So 3 minutes each, please. You said Brittany was first?
Cindy.
Cindy, excuse me, Cindy. Cindy, sorry about that.
Hi. I have not done this before, so wait on the 3 minutes. Nothing worthwhile comes without effort. This is true, and so I've decided here tonight to make that effort. The year was 1993, the case Anderson et al. Versus Pacific Gas and Electric. The allegation, contamination of the water source. The cause was the Hinckley compressor station built and run by PG&E. Wastewater was discharged, and some of that water percolated into the groundwater. The result of that contamination, cancer, birth defects, tumors, and the end of a small city for all intents and purposes. Granted, this is Gilroy, not Hinckley. We're talking about a data center being planned by AWS, not a transmission pipeline center for PG&E. In Hinckley, the contaminant was hexavalent chromium. With the data center, the contaminant is nitrate, which at a high concentration is known to be unsafe, something that Gilroy has already experienced at a much smaller level as per the City of Gilroy issued drinking water warning when nitrate levels were found to exceed the maximum contaminant level with a specific warning for infants and pregnant women not to consume our drinking water, our tap water. Now, I'm no Aaron Brockovich, but what is it that Winston Churchill said? Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Maybe Amazon can handle lawsuits like PG&E. Maybe their bottom line is healthy enough for a settlement. Is it really their health that we're concerned about, or yours and ours? Clearly, at my age, I probably won't be here to witness the true impact of this project. But I'm not here for me. I'm here for our community, from our children to our future senior citizens. Our community needs your representation, needs you to fulfill your campaign promises, especially those who promise to listen to all citizens and to make decisions based on what is most beneficial to Gilroy residents, and to lead with integrity. If a leaf blower bothers you, close your windows, put on ear protection. If carcinogens are in your environment, what you breathe, what you drink and eat, well, I think the only protection you can hope for is the council suspending the data center and conducting a current and independent environmental impact report. Have public forums with your constituents, with the full disclosure of the research, the health effects, the costs for our energy consumption that will be passed on to our citizens, and the money sources. As we've all heard, follow the money. As council members, I'm sure that you are aware that you only get community input when something affects someone personally. Have I ever been to a council meeting? Not since my mother was the mayor of a similar small town, San Bruno. Have I ever felt compelled to speak up here in Gilroy?
Cindy, that's your 3 minutes, so
No.
sorry. There's your 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, I've brought these.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening to my neighbors on the council, in the gallery, and viewing online. My name is Britt Smith, and I first moved to Gilroy in 2001 to reside at the home my father purchased in 1979. I attended Ascension Solorzano Middle School, was an exchange student ambassador to our sister city in Takamachi, Japan, and graduated from Gilroy High School in 2011. Though I've moved for educational and career pursuits, I've always considered Gilroy to be my home, returning often and most recently moving back in 2024. Since then, I've had the opportunity to witness the work of this council, and I want to take a moment to recognize your collective contributions to our community. Tonight, I am here in regards to the Gilroy Data Center project reported on by the Gilroy Dispatch on November 13th, 2025. The article details the project plan approved on July 3rd, 2025 by City of Gilroy Community Development Director Sharon Goey. The 92-page approval of the architecture and site review permit sent by Ms. Goey, residing in the East Bay, to Amazon's program manager, Noel Yetter, residing in Seattle, Washington, outlines a projected 218,000 square foot data center that will have a significant, quote, a significant effect on the environment. Though this does not answer the following questions. What is the projected daily water usage for this facility in gallons? This information is not cited in the environmental impact report nor the approval email. According to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, it was reported that centers of a similar scale, quote, can consume up to 5 million gallons per day, equivalent to the water use of a town populated by up to 50,000 people. That's 1.8 billion gallons used annually by a singular facility. What are the risks associated with water safety, including human health and agricultural development? The Valley Water response to the DEIR by Ms. Gloria Sequeira notes, quote, groundwater supplies are affected by both recharge and from groundwater pumping. There is no explanation in the draft about groundwater use by the project and whether the use will affect groundwater supplies. In their response, the City of Gilroy notes that there was no adjustment made to the draft and took no additional action. The project site is above the Yaga Subbasin, an 87 square mile groundwater reserve that extends from Morgan Hill in the north to the Pajaro River bordering Hollister in the south. My final question to the council. How would the City of Gilroy be responsible for an emergency should one occur on the site? As of 2019, the City of Gilroy Fire Department did not have adequate staffing and continues to be understaffed in 2026, currently unable to meet the City Council's response time mandate. The data center will use lithium-ion batteries on site, which can take days or weeks to extinguish, as evident in the 2025 Moss Landing Vistra power plant fire, which took place less than 30 miles away. Fumes from data center fires contain debris and chemicals that can immediately impact air quality and increases long-term risks for illnesses, disease, and fertility. On behalf of the 250 signatures, that was what it was at the time of writing, but now we're at 324 signatures on our petition. I ask that these three key questions be answered by the council at the January 2026 meeting. I look forward to collaborating.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Stephen Hayes.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and community. My name is Stephen Hayes, and I'm president of Gilroy Local 2805 Gilroy Firefighters. On behalf of Local 2805 and the Gilroy Fire Department, I want to begin with a heartfelt thank you. Because of this incredible community, we collected well over 4,000 toys this year. 4,000 moments of joy, comfort, and hope to children and families right here in Gilroy. These toys stayed local because of our amazing partners, Nova Vida, Rebecca's Children's Services, and Gilroy House of Toys. Their commitment and collaboration ensured that every donation reached families right here in Gilroy where it could make the greatest impact. To every donor, volunteer, business, and family who participated, your generosity truly mattered. You didn't just give toys, you showed children that they are seen, supported, and cared for. This is what happens when communities come together with a purpose and heart. Gilroy, you showed up in a big way, and we are deeply grateful. Thank you for making a difference.
Thank you.
And my next three speakers, Ruby, followed by Robert Butler and Dina Bosket.
Hi, everyone. This is my first time speaking, so I'm a little nervous. I come to you as a Gilroy resident. I grew up in Morgan Hill and Gilroy and recently moved back. I stand here before you deeply concerned about the data center. I believe that most of our community, most of our residents are either not aware of it being in the process of being built or not aware of the detrimental effects, the air pollution, the water supply, the strain on our energy sources. And I'm really asking for all of you guys to listen to your residents and take this chance to be on the right side of history instead of making Gilroy another embarrassment in the United States of a failed energy crisis, water crisis, whatever that is. Let's make Gilroy an example of a town that listened to their residents and did something about it and really took a step in the right direction.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. On a much lighter tone here, I'm representing the Gilroy Center for the Arts, so I'm just going to tell you a few things that we're doing. Right now, I'm in the midst of one of the best artists I've ever been around. He's a world-renowned artist. He's now moved to Gilroy, and he has his art in the art on 7341 Monterey Road. I'm thinking that everyone should get a chance to see his art. What I've done is I composed these little booklets of his art. If you want to see it, I'm going to leave a few of them right here. I put 40 paintings in from December, and then he has over 300 paintings, so I got a new collection coming. So that's there at the center there. Another thing we're doing, we're having open mic. Open mic is where people can talk. They can talk about subjects that you need to talk about. You can sing, you can have comedy, you can have live music. And that's going to start on February 20th on a Friday. To start it off, I have some friends that are in Hollywood. In fact, I was their school teacher, and now they're in Hollywood making movies and on TV. They're going to come, Preston Ward and Jerome Bates, and they're going to open up my first open mic. Along with that, there will be some live music from our own Gilroy musicians like Bear Garcia and some other people that's here, and they'll be doing some live music, and that's on the 20th. Another thing we do is we raise money for the unhoused. So I've been doing that for the last 10 years here in Gilroy, raising money for the unhoused. We're going to continue to do that. I'm just talking today to get your support, to let you know what I'm doing so you can support me, and to get your support also so that you can come out and support the center. Thank you, sir. Gilroy is growing, and this has a lot of good things happening, okay? And this is another good thing happening. We need to support it. Our community needs to support each other. And that's about all I needed to say. I'm going to leave the brochures here if you want to pick it up. And then hopefully I'll see you at the theater.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Sorry, who's next, Kim?
Dina, followed by Trinity, and then Ron.
Good evening. I am also very concerned about the AI data center and also the Amazon warehouse that has been approved by staff without public knowledge. I'm not sure about the Amazon warehouse, if that has already been approved, but I know that the data center was approved by staff. It didn't come up for a vote on the committee. It didn't come up with planning. It didn't come up for the public people to know about this. And we've seen what's been going on with data centers in previous states. Like if you look at Tennessee, these people are sick. They're getting cancer. They can't drink the water. They have power issues. Gilroy constantly goes down every summer for power. Our power grid, how is that going to hold an AI system? The other thing I wanted to say real quick before the clock runs out is, because this has already been approved, how do we get on the agenda so that we can have further discussions with the town about, is it too late? Is the data center done and approved and it's going in no matter what? If so, how do we write real legislation around our water so that they could use recycled water and not use our fresh drinking water so it doesn't contaminate our water, or our power grid, so our power grid doesn't go down, so we can have our air conditioning when it's 105 degrees and not being used for the data center, and our health. What's it going to do? Long term, we don't know, but we've seen from other states that it's going to cause cancer. It might cause autism. There might be is it worth it for Amazon? I mean, how much more does Amazon need? Why are we building this out in Bakersfield when there's nothing around? Why are we building this in our beautiful town? And AI is horrible. We need more artists, and we need to not use AI. So stop using ChatGPT, everybody, because that contributes to it. And use your brain and not AI. Thank you.
Thank you. Trinity?
Trinity, followed by Ron Kirkish.
Oh, hello. Good evening. My name is Trinity Foskett. It was my first time speaking. I'm a little nervous. I'm a born and raised Gilroy illustrator. I went through Gilroy all of my 22 years of life. I went through Luigi, then Brownell, then Christopher. And my entire career is dedicated to art, which is now being, of course, jeopardized by AI. And now it's in my hometown at a data center that was not voted on by a town and is kind of being done underhandedly. So Gilroy seems to be fully embracing AI, despite the fact that multiple studies have gone against it, and a UCR and Caltech study from 2024 showed that 600,000 asthma-related illnesses came of AI data centers locally, relating to $20 billion in public health costs. And like my fellow speaker said, data centers have 5 million gallons per day for a data center, which adds up. And for a town like Gilroy that already every single time it rains, we go, we need this because it doesn't happen, and we want to keep our lakes full and we like our creeks full, and we just want them. This will just make them emptier. And I will just leave you with a quote from that I left on my thing, but from a land manager at the national parks. What do we genuinely want our future and our society to look like after this? Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Happy New Year, y'all. And I would just like, we have a gentleman sitting off to my right in the corner that has served this city so well over many years. And I just think we owe him a very big debt of gratitude. Thank you, Chief Smithy. And we know that when he's in charge, things are going to be doing very good for our community. So I appreciate you, and our community appreciates you for stepping in. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
I have no further speakers.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for the public comment. All right, so as I said before, we are going to move items 9.1 and 9.2 up. So I will get right to it. Introduction of new business, item number 9. The first item is 9.1. This is appointment of Matt Morley as the city administrator effective February 9th, 2026, and approval of an employment agreement. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council, members of the community. This is actually an honor to give this staff report for the council tonight and for Matt, who's here in the audience. Following a thorough recruitment process for City of Gilroy's next city administrator, the council is pleased to recommend Matt Morley as Gilroy's next city administrator. Matt has over 29 years of local government work experience, including experience as a city manager. He has served the cities of Saratoga, Cupertino, Los Gatos, and San Jose. He holds a bachelor's degree in political science in German and a master's degree in business administration. For the public to know, because they didn't participate in the interview process or have any interaction with Matt up to this point, we want to highlight that Matt's a high-energy, results-oriented leader with a strong depth in local government operations. He has a focus on customer service, and his desires to create an optimized work environment that is aligned with council's priorities and goals. He focuses on stakeholder engagement and has worked to create an environment that supports and fosters economic development, which is one of council's top priorities. Public safety services are also a high priority for Matt, as is ensuring fiscal sustainability. The recruitment and vetting process included the following steps. The council subcommittee was formed to work on this recruitment, which was Mayor Bozo, Councilmember Bracco, Councilmember Fugazi. We requested proposals from several search firms and enlisted Ralph Anderson and Associates to conduct the search. Councilmember met with the search firm to develop the ideal candidate profile for this recruitment, which then led to advertising and outreach to candidates. Search firm interviews of the best qualified candidates came from a pool of 26 applicants. The council subcommittee reviewed the search firm's recommendations, and then the full city council interviewed the finalists for consideration. And then the council identified their top candidate. An employment background check has been completed, and then the subcommittee moved into contract negotiations with Matt Morley and worked to finalize the employment agreement so that could be on tonight's agenda for your approval. The negotiations took place over this last couple of weeks, again with the subcommittee, with the mayor taking the lead in the process. And the staff report contains details of the employment agreement. So certainly everything is detailed out there, but to highlight base salary, $339,000 annually, benefits to include deferred compensation, medical, dental, vehicle allowance, time off in the form of vacation, personal leave, and administrative leave, severance pay, and the ability to earn a performance bonus based on specific goals and objectives that are agreed upon between the council and Mr. Morley after within this first 60 days of employment. So it's with great confidence after a thorough vetting process that the council has selected Matt Morley to be Gilroy's next city administrator. It is recommended, the subcommittee is recommending that the employment agreement that's included in the packet be approved by the council. And Matt is prepared to start work with us on February 9th, 2026. And I think Matt's going to speak tonight, so I'm not going to say anything further. We're just happy to have him here to serve the city of Gilroy. And once the council approves the employment agreement, approves the appointment, the employment agreement will be fully executed and we'll prepare for his arrival on February 9th. And I'm happy to answer any questions, or council can take it over.
Any questions for staff? Well, why don't I go to public comment before we have some comments for her? We have any public comment?
I have one speaker, Ron Kirkish.
Okay.
Thank you again. I'd like to thank Mayor Bozo, Councilman Dion Bracco, and Councilman Fugazi for finding this gentleman, Matt Morley, to serve our city. You did a great job. Matt Morley's mother's here. I believe it's his wife that's sitting next to him. And I read some information about Mr. Morley, and he's well-rounded. San Jose, Los Gatos, Saratoga. He's got a bunch of experience that includes all the departments, including the Department of Public Works for our city. So I believe that's going to be beneficial to our city. I'd like to thank Mr. Morley for accepting this challenge, and I wish him all the luck in the world. Okay, so thank you again. Thanks, Dion. Thanks, Mayor. And thank you, Terrence.
Thank you.
I have no further speakers.
Thank you very much. Would anybody like to make some comments? I'll go first. Thank you, everybody. I just want to say how excited I am, Matt, to have you here. I will echo what Ron Kirk has just said. I thank you, and we thank you for taking on this challenge, because working in Gilroy is not always going to be easy, and it's a tough city to work in. And we are so excited to have you. And as the mayor, I'm looking forward to working across the hall from you for a very long time. So appreciate it very much. Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, this is a new process for me going through this, and it is a lot more arduous than I had expected it to be, especially through the holidays. But I am super excited to have Matt here at the city. We have a lot of work to do going forward, and I know he is the man to take it on. It is just the search process itself is absolutely incredible, what you have to go through to get here. But the quality of experience that he has in a number of areas are going to be critical for us moving forward and for what this council wants to do. And the one thing that I've been told before about the necessity of having somebody who is leading a city, living in a city, is that it's not necessary. But I'll tell you what, I have a firm belief that it's going to make it that much better all the way down, and especially if you have somebody who has spent so many years here in this city. And I feel the exact same way about even the director level positions. I think it just gives you another insight that you just can't have if you're not from the town. So thank you very much, Matt, and I really look forward to the next few years and what we can get accomplished.
Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
There we go. Matt, this was my first time too going through this process, and it was a lot more time-consuming and historical in nature. And I'm glad to be up on this dais to be able to approve this tonight. But I'm not surprised that you made it to the top. You are the cream of the crop, but at the same time, this council has really high expectations of what we expect. And going into that interview, you knocked it out. And you understand that this is a 24/7 city. This is not a sleepy city anymore. And I appreciate that. And more or less too, especially you being a resident here in Gilroy. All I got to say is that you went out into the world, you got your experience, you were very quiet about it. Some people have asked me, have you ever met him? I said, we could have walked by each other at Costco or somewhere else, and I never would have known who you were. So I'm looking forward to working with you, and welcome home.
Councilmember Klein.
I'd just like to say, Matt, going back to our Las Madres days, many, many years ago, with our kids and everything. So it's great that you're part of the team now. Welcoming you with open arms. The fact that you live here is a great thing too. It's icing on the cake. So I know, myself personally, looking forward to working with you and just making things better here in Gilroy.
Well, thank you, Matt. Yeah, welcome to Gilroy, and welcome to the podium.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Thank you for the nice words tonight. And I really enjoyed speaking with each of you independently. Thank you for taking the time to do that. I think it's a great way for me to get my bearings and get an understanding of what your priorities are and where the focus is. I truly am glad to be coming home, to be working in the city where I grew up, where I have my roots. My family is here tonight. My wife, Sonia, is here. My mom, Crystal, and my sister, Kobe, are all here to support. So it tells you where the roots are. They're all here in town. It's great to be here, great to be working with you. And my thanks also to the staff who worked so hard over the holidays to get the contract in place. There's a lot of extra hours, I know, there, and it goes to show the hardworking staff that are already here, putting in time, making things happen in Gilroy. So I look forward to being a part of that team. Super excited to be here. Can't tell you how excited I am to be working here in Gilroy. It's just it's an amazing opportunity for me. Something that I just couldn't pass up when the opportunity came up, and I'm glad that you are showing the trust and the faith in me to work with you to continue to run the city of Gilroy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, I'm looking for a motion on item 9.1.
So moved.
Second.
Both 1 and 2. I'm saying both of these. Oh, they are? Yeah.
Both.
We haven't got a report. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm looking for, thank you. I have a motion by Councilmember Bracco and a second by Councilmember Fugazi. I'll read it out. Appoint Matt Morley as City Administrator effective February 9th, 2026, and approve the City Administrator employment agreement for Matt Morley and authorize the mayor to execute the agreement. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco? Yes. Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazzi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, the motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 9.2. City Council appointment of Harjo Sengha as interim city administrator for the period of January 5th, 2026 through February 8th, 2026. Staff report, please.
Okay, good evening. For this item, we need to let the public know that interim city administrator Brad Kilger has submitted his resignation from employment. And so as a result of this resignation and until the time that Matt Morley begins his work with us on February 9th, an interim city administrator is needed. Finance Director Harjot Sengha has been identified to serve in this role and is willing to do so. If approved by council, Harjot will serve through February 8th, 2026. As I said, new city administrator will begin his employment on February 9th, given the approval of the prior item. This interim appointment is consistent with the Gilroy City Charter. Article 7 of the Gilroy City Charter identifies the roles and responsibilities of the city administrator, and this is necessary to keep city business moving during this time. By taking this action and approving this appointment, council is appointing Harjot Sengha as interim city administrator and confirming all the powers of the city administrator to him for the duration of the appointment. Council further finds that this appointment is consistent with the charter and that Harjot is qualified for the position under the charter. Following council approval of this interim appointment, Harjot will assume the necessary duties and responsibilities of the city administrator on an interim basis. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Councilmember Ramirez? Questions? No. Public comment?
I have no speakers.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Bracco and a second by Councilmember Ramirez to City Council appoint of Harjo Sengha as interim city administrator for the period of January 5th, 2026 through February 8th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco? Yes. Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazzi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Welcome to the bench.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 4, reports of council member. Councilmember Bracco.
I don't have a report. I just want to say Happy New Year to my colleagues and to our community. And I wanted to say to all of our employees, from our police chief all the way down to the folks that clean up City Hall, thank you for all the work you do for us. We appreciate it, and we value you being here. Thank you.
Councilmember Fugazzi.
Nothing to report.
Councilmember Marks.
No report. I want to echo what Councilmember Bracco said, and a Happy New Year to everyone, and a big thank you for everything that everyone does.
Councilmember Hilton.
Thank you. From the Silicon Valley Clean Energy, SVCE predicts that energy bills will decrease for customers in 2026, offering some relief after energy prices have steadily increased in the recent years. Given this decline in rates driven by decreases in energy market prices, the board voted to adopt a 1% discount to PG&E rates for 2026. Overall, bills will decrease slightly as SVCE generation rates account for 1/3 of the total energy bills. In January, PG&E will make final rates available and SVC will implement them. The board also voted to provide a $12 monthly bill credit to California alternate rates of energy, the CARE or FERA customers, and reduce the rate premium for the 100% renewable green prime product. SVC has been committed to competitive rates and has saved all customers over $200 million since launching service in 2017. Board members and alternate directors participated in a 2-hour workshop which covered the context of budgetary headwinds faced by the organization, potential levers to address them, and program priorities given the changing conditions. Board members present emphasized the importance of a balanced approach that included affordability, community investment, decarbonization, and innovation. Directors also expressed support for ways to engage customers in program changes as they are developed. This workshop will be followed by further discussion in 2026, leading to incorporating the priorities into the agency's integrated decarbonization roadmap and budget. A summary of the discussion provided by facilitator Blue Point Consulting can be found at the end of the summary. And lastly, I wanted to let you all know that one of my first tasks as vice mayor is I established a shared council member office space in the admin wing of City Hall, located right next to the mayor's office. It's set up for you to have a cupboard for your items, 2 shared desk spaces, a shared resource library, and I'm working on getting a few more items to make it as functional space for any council member to work. Thank you.
Councilmember Ramirez.
No report.
Councilmember Klein.
No report.
All right, I have a couple announcements. First, I've been invited to the state capitol by Speaker of the Assembly, Robert Rivas, who happens to be the Assembly member of District 29, which is Gilroy. So I'll be going there this week, and while I'm there, I have an opportunity to sit with the Speaker and share some of the priorities that this council has. So I'm looking forward to doing that this week. I'll report back to all of you after I do that. I'd also like to get back to some thank yous for a moment. Over the past couple of weeks, there was a lot of time that went into the process of hiring our next city administrator, Matt Morley. And thank you to Dion Bracco and Terrence Fugazzi and to the entire council for really coming to some meetings that we never expected that we would be coming to in the middle of the holidays. So thank you very much. And that includes, of course, Leanne McPhillips. Leanne McPhillips officially went into retirement a week ago or so, and since then, I don't think she's ever worked so much. So, and that is not an understatement. So thank you very much. I know she put in a lot of time here, and then during the actual days of holidays, I know she was working from home. So thank you very much. This council appreciates what you did these past couple of weeks. Thank you. Including in that working extra while they're not working would be our city clerk, Kim, because Kim had to be on standby for us to do these special reportings, which are required, by law that we do when we're doing hirings and things like that. So I believe Kim might have been doing some work while she was actually on vacation, and while they were only short tasks, what she did, she had to be standing by and waiting for me to be contacted by her, myself, or Leanne. So thank you very much for doing that over the holidays. Appreciate it. Thank you. So that concludes my reports. So let's get on to item number 5 now. It's boards and commissions interviews, and I'll turn it over to Kim for a moment.
Thank you, Mayor. So the City Council opened the annual recruitment period ending December 19th to fill seats on 9 boards, commissions, and committees with member terms vacant or expiring as of December 31st, 2025. We will proceed with interviews today for those that were able to attend, and looking at appointments January 26, 2026. So with that being said, I'm going to be calling you up per the commission that you have applied for. And so you'll come up to this table where these seats are, and we'll bring you a microphone, and you can give a brief introduction and allow the council to ask any questions that they may have as well. First, I will start with the Arts and Culture Commission. We have Jacqueline Keontae and Camille McCormick.
Yes, you guys can come right up to this table right here. Stefan will give you a mic. We'll go ahead and introduce yourself. And just for the public who hasn't been involved in this process of what's going on, so they've already submitted their application for one of the boards and commission seats that they're interested in. So all of the council has their application and their bio. So for some reason, if there is somebody sitting up here introducing themselves and they don't get a lot of questions from us, that's because we've all reviewed their applications already, and we just there may be some questions, but there may not be questions as well. So Camille, take it away.
I am Camille McCormick, and Shakespeare did say brevity is the soul of wit. So if you have anything to ask of me, I'm just honored to apply for an added 4 years of my Arts and Culture Commission. And I was thrown a torch as a young girl. My mother was in a wheelchair, very involved in art, and so was my father. Spent the last several years of her life in a wheelchair with no accessibility, creating the Public Art Commission and the Arts and Culture Commission. But when you're thrown a torch, you have to sort of catch it and keep moving, and that's our obligation in these times. So any questions you'd like to ask me, I'm here. Thank you.
Any questions for Camille? Nope. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all of you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll call up for the Library Commission, Jan Guffey and Christina Tovar.
Hi, I'm Jan Guffey. I do have a little bit to read here, so if it's okay, I will go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
I've loved reading in libraries since I was a little girl. Reading came easily to me, so I'm so impressed that our Gilroy Library sponsors spaces where adults can learn to read or improve their reading. I began working in libraries as a work-study student at UC Berkeley Main Library when I was a student there. And after graduation, I worked as a library clerk for some years before getting my master's degree in library science from San Jose State University. And then I worked as a librarian mostly for the San Jose Public Library for about 15 years before becoming an elementary school teacher, and now I'm retired. About 25 years ago, I founded the Downtown San Jose Book Club with some great friends of mine to give myself a deadline to read more books, and we still meet once a month. I'm a frequent user of our Gilroy Library. I love the space, the ease of finding what I need and want to read. Their user interface is fantastic. And the programs, I'm signed up to get their emails, and they have this very attractive flyer in English and Spanish about all the things that are just going on just in January. It's really a great outreach. And I looked into the strategic plan for 23-28 for all of our Santa Clara County libraries, which is rising to new heights. It has 4 pillars: welcome, listen, inspire, and innovate. And I just want to support our fantastic Gilroy Library in any way I can as a member of the Library Commission and help it to continue to fulfill its mission.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Jan? Okay, Christina, please.
Thank you. I just prepared a little something myself. I want to first of all say thank you to the mayor, the city council, the city employees, and the community for this opportunity. As I said, my name is Christina Tovar, and I'm running for the Library Commission. I recently had the opportunity to visit the library more frequently in the past couple of years, and it has reminded me of what a great value and asset it is to the community. An asset not only to a little girl new to the city who found refuge in the pages of its books, but to students needing a place to work on a school project, someone looking to learn a new hobby, or someone looking for a warm or cool place. What I bring to the table, I have education in finance and accounting. I've experience in volunteering in the community, and I've served on community boards. I also work in a company position where communication, project management, and working with others is very important. So I bring also my passion for what the library is doing, and I hope to support that and continue with all the wonderful value that is bringing to the community. And I just want to say thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Any questions for Christina? No? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Parks and Recreation Commission, Andrew Brinton. And I don't see Jesse or Emily here. I don't see Andrew.
Okay, Andrew. Is Andrew here?
And there's 3 of us.
So for those who didn't, I'm going to reach back out to those who didn't show up to see if they can interview at January 26th. Personnel Commission, we have Danny Mitchell and Martha Martinez.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. Danny Mitchell. Most of you, I think, know me.
Martha, come on up.
Oh, I thought you had put both on there. My apologies.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Danny. Sorry about that, Danny.
Yeah, Danny Mitchell. Most of you know me. I'm a longtime Gilroy resident. You have my profile from your packet, I'm sure, and I also sent out email to each of you with expanding on my experience and background in the HR arena. I'm more than willing to serve on this commission and look forward to working with all of you and with Leanne, and as long as she's here, and her upcoming replacement as well. So I'll ask for any questions you might have at this time.
No questions.
All right.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you,
Thanks
Danny.
very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
And next we have Planning Commission, Martha Martinez.
Act here. Okay. I'm Martha Martinez, longtime resident of Gilroy. I've been here for over the last 50 years, but almost my entire life, which is 70 plus years. So I am very interested in serving as a planning commissioner, and I think really we're just honored and feel like it's a privilege to even be sitting here talking to the City Council. But after hearing the public comments tonight, it really resonates really deeply in terms of the impact of the role of a planning commissioner in terms of not just looking and reviewing the goals and the vision of the general plan, the 2040 Gilroy General Plan, and making decisions that are really looking at cost-saving measures in terms of infrastructure and essential services, but really looking beyond that and making sure that the decisions we're making really promote public health. They reduce the negative environmental health conditions as we're making these decisions, that they're actually increasing equity and reduce the barriers for opportunity, and specifically to housing and providing access to resources. But also a biggie for me is the reduction of environmental damage. And so listening to those comments today really resonated with me in terms of even considering applying for this seat. So I think you have my resume before you, our bio and all the other stuff that you guys asked for, and I am certainly open to any questions.
Any questions for Martha? No questions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And last we have Open Government Commission, Blanca McMurray.
Good evening, Mayor, and good evening, council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I want to serve on the Government Commission to give back to our community and help build a lasting legacy of integrity and service. I have volunteered with Los Médicos Voladores, supporting community dental clinics as a translator and an assistant. I've served with the Christian Commission Fellowship, which provides dental care to communities in need. Those roles taught me to listen carefully, communicate across differences, and coordinate practical help for neighbors. I bring those skills, a strong work ethic, and a commitment to transparency and collaboration. And I'd be honored to serve you. Thank you.
Any questions for Blanca? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.
That concludes the interviews for this evening.
Okay. That concludes item 5.1. We will move on to the approval of the consent calendar. I'm looking for a motion.
So moved.
On the consent calendar. Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Marks and a second by Councilmember Bracco for the approval of the consent calendar of items 6.1 through 6.4.
Can I answer public comment?
Any public comment, please? Thank you.
I have no speakers.
Thank you very much. So can you take a roll call, please, on that motion?
Councilmember Bracco?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Okay, moving on to item number 7, bids and proposals. Item 7.1, for the Love of Gilroy Public Art Campaign, selection of 14 designs and award of intellectual property rights agreements for $500 each. Staff report, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. So the Arts and Culture Commission has completed its recommendation list for the public art banner program called For the Love of Gilroy. This is the second round of this program, approved by Council and funded by the Public Art Fund. The Commission evaluated 52 designs submitted by 32 artists and found that 32 designs were deemed eligible and ranked for award. 14 banners are proposed at a total cost of $7,000. Council is asked to approve the recommended award list, though alternatively it can make changes to that if it wants to award in a different order. If any of the first 14 ranked designs on the final list do not sell the rights to the design, staff will then proceed down that list for awards. The banners will be produced and raised for an unveiling event currently planned for February 20th. The Arts and Culture Commission is still planning that event, and more details are to follow. That completes the presentation. Happy to address any questions.
Questions for staff? Go ahead, Councilmember Fugazi.
Couple, how did we come to the $500 honorarium or the rights purchase?
That was from the original proposal to the council with the first program, now a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so we just continued that same program to the second cycle. So that amount can be changed by council.
And with that, we have basically eternal rights to that image to use it ongoing.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
No further questions? Public comment?
I have no speakers.
Okay, any more comments or questions? Councilmember Hilton, excuse me.
Thank you. I just have a comment. If we're ready to make a motion, I'd be willing to make a motion. But first of all, I just want to thank the Arts and Culture Commission and you, Bryce, being on there as their liaison and stuff like that. This is really cool to see those community members drive this initiative, right? Make sure that it gets on the work plan, make sure it gets in the budget. And so kudos to them for doing that. I want to try to see if we can get some more minors into the top 14 to give them a chance. If you guys look at the list, there's not that many in there, and that wasn't a part of the selection process at all. But like as Bryce said, and just me personally, I'd like to see if we could move some up. And to be honest too, I ended up meeting one of the applicants or one of the persons that submitted, and she's number 19, Kayla Bostock. I was in her dad's shop in downtown Gilroy, and she came right up to me, and she basically like advocated for herself and for more minors to get on there, which I thought was pretty cool, right? I mean, we don't get that often. She couldn't be here tonight. She's probably at home, getting ready for school. I think she's at Brownell Middle School. But she advocated for it, and so to give that opportunity, what I'd like to do is change the order, not bring them all the way up, but give Kayla and Emmy, which is number 18 and number 19, just move them up to number 13 and 14 to give them that chance. And if you look at it, it actually will end up showing that that way we'll end up having, only 3 minors out of 14 for that first initial shot, but it's better than just one. So that would be if nobody else wants to provide any discussion or anything like that, that's the motion I'd like to be able to make.
Any questions or comments for Councilmember Hilton?
Yeah, I don't understand the process that well, but a lot of people went into deciding this order and deciding how these are. It just seems weird to change around at this point and make a decision for them. I mean, I don't want to get into like looking at these either and deciding whose is whose or making some arbitrary. So I don't know if I feel comfortable, basically changing the order of something that somebody else put a lot of work into to deciding for us.
Yeah, it was the Arts and Culture Commission. They, Bryce walked them through it. It was online. They showed them. They went around and they ranked them and put them all that stuff. So I mean, we have done it before where we've asked people to change I think we did it last year. Like ask them to alter like one of their designs a little bit, that kind of stuff. So that's it. Just trying to get, if we could write it in there that minors would get obviously they don't have as much experience as adults. If they could get a 5%, little boost or something like that, I think that something like that might have pushed them into the bottom anyways. I don't really necessarily want to do that. I just sort of want to, somebody did advocate for it, so I'm just willing to pass that along.
Go ahead, Councilman Bracco.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't believe it's fair. That an older kid gets booted because a younger kid that came in way below him or her gets moved up just because. We give this responsibility to our commission, and if we're not going to take their advice, then what's that saying to our commissions? So I stand with the original on what they brought forward, and that's what I would approve.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes, I have to agree with that also. I mean, kudos to her for coming up to you and talking to you. I mean, it's always nice, to have them get involved like that. But I think it would be a sign of disrespect to the commission, who spent time in putting this order together. And, she will always get her chance, in years to come later on. I don't think this shows any discouraging or discouragement to her not to try again. But I, too, would like to stay with what the commission has said.
Just some clarity to Councilmember Bracco's point. It's not a young kid and an older kid. It's a minor or an adult. I want to make sure you knew that, because you said it's not fair for a younger kid to take an older kid's spot.
Whatever age the person is that's getting booted off.
Yeah, it's an adult or a minor. I mean, we specifically had it listed on there as a minor.
Maybe in the future, we can make suggestions to the commission about having categories. So there are other opportunities for other age kids. So, would that work? Yeah. Okay. You want to make the motion still?
I'll make a. Okay, I'll second.
I'll make a motion to approve as is.
All right, now I second.
We're going too fast here again. So, do we have any public comment?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Sorry, thank you. Can you repeat how much the total of all the banners will be costing?
I have to defer the mayor since it's not a back and forth.
Oh, can we?
If
Can
you're
I?
okay with me answering, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so each banner design that's awarded is $500.
But how much to produce the banners themselves?
It varies, so we'll get a quote when we do it. It's about $70 a banner.
Okay, I just was hoping to advocate for a local small business to produce the banners instead of a larger business that might not have any connection to our community. I think that would be a really valuable gesture. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, then back to item 7.1. I'm looking for a motion and a second. Did I get it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So Councilmember Marks? Oh, okay, Councilmember Bracco, seconded by Councilmember Marks. Sorry about that. I'll read it out. For the love of Gilroy, council approval of the Arts and Culture Commission recommendation award order for designs and purchase. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazzi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bryce. Okay, moving into 8 public hearings. So item 8.1, consider adopting an urgency interim ordinance prohibiting the issuance of tobacco retailer permits for a period not to exceed 45 days citywide. Staff report, please.
Or before you bring it up, I mean, I just want to throw out some discussion here, if you guys don't mind. I'm thinking that the same thing we did on December 8th, like we just moved through not doing a whole entire PowerPoint and having to go through that whole entire staff thing and just go straight to questions. I mean, the staff did an awesome job inside this packet, so thank you for that. But I don't think there's so many things between a confidential memos and others. There's really no point in us in doing that. So I sort of would move that we kind of just go straight to staff questions if there are any. I mean, I think we can all see the pressure of downtown. That's obvious. But now, especially with the confidential memo that we got that we can't talk about, but we see that there's a citywide pressure on us. So that would be my motion, is not just don't go through the staff report.
Yes, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys okay with that?
Just
okay. Comments?
Anything new, let us know.
Okay. Councilmember Fugazzi? Okay. All right. Public comment?
I have no speakers.
Okay, you're opening a public hearing.
Sorry.
Technically, we're opening a public hearing. Right.
Yes, we are opening a public hearing, and you told me earlier today to say that, and I just forgot. So
And
sorry about that.
technically, we're closing it after.
Yeah. So now we're closing the public hearing because there was no public comment. So with that being said, I will move for. Say again.
Do we have comments?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please. Thank you.
I personally, when we get into this later on this year, I probably will have some pretty serious objections to what we're going to see about changing. But right now, tobacco enforcement and tobacco registration, licensing, everything is absolutely broken in Gilroy. There is no other thing about it. We can't say anything about it up here, but it is broken in a way that we have to fix. And so that is why I tried to move to get this citywide in the last meeting that we had about it. And I hope that we can actually make some progress in the coming weeks that we haven't seen in the prior weeks to getting this in a better state in Gilroy, because it doesn't make me happy sitting up here knowing what I know. And that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll agree too that once we're able to once we're able to have stuff that's public that we can share with members of the public and stuff like that, we'll be a part of that as well. But until then, I would just say the same thing. I'm looking forward to the tobacco retail policy legislation that we're working on, that we already approved last August anyways, that we're already that we're working on with our partners. Our partners in the community still, those organizations and members of the public are still with us and present and watching this, and so I know that they appreciate that. I had a meeting with some of them this afternoon. Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, I'm going to be looking for a motion in a second on this. I'm going to get a little help from Andy on how we're going to do this.
There's several motions. The first one should be what's item 1 on the agenda, which is the CEQA motion to determine this action is exempt from environmental review under CEQA pursuant to section 15061B3 of CEQA guidelines. That should be the first motion.
Okay, do I have a motion and a second on item number 1, which Andy just stated?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Ramirez and a second by Councilmember Klein to determine this action is exempt from environmental review under the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, pursuant to section 15061B3 of the CEQA guidelines. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, motion passes 7-0.
Okay, the second motion should be to direct the clerk to read the ordinance by title only and to waive further reading. So we need that motion.
Okay, looking for a motion and second.
A motion?
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion by Councilmember Klein and a second by Councilmember Marks for the city clerk to read the title read the title.
An urgency interim ordinance of the City of Gilroy prohibiting the issuance of tobacco retailer permits for a period not to exceed 45 days citywide.
Okay, now the last motion can be what is number 2 and 3 on the agenda together, which is to adopt the urgency ordinance and make the findings.
Okay, looking for a motion and a second, please.
Motion?
I have a motion by Councilmember Marks and a second by Councilmember Klein for items number 2 and 3. I'll read it out. Adopt an urgency interim ordinance establishing a temporary prohibition on the issuance or approval of any new tobacco retailer permit citywide within the City of Gilroy pursuant to California Government Code Section 65858, and make findings as incorporated in the ordinance that adoption of the ordinance is necessary for the immediate preservation of public health, safety, and welfare, particularly regarding the protection of minors throughout the city. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bracco?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Fugazi?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Aye.
Councilmember Marks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yes.
Mayor Bozo?
Yes, motion passes 7-0. Thank you, Michael. All right. Moving on to item number 10. I'm looking forward to hearing from the city administrator.
Nothing for a report other than wishing everyone a happy new year and look forward to working with the new city administrator once he's on board and as we have a lot to accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 11, city attorney's report.
I would echo what the new city administrator just said. Interim city administrator, I should say.
Interim.
Sorry. And then
Thank you.
number 12, going into closed session. This is a public employee employment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957 and Gilroy City Code Section 17A11-2. The name and title, or the title, is Economic Development Director. So first step is to take public comment, if any.
I have no speakers.
All right. The next step, then, we will adjourn to closed session. In closed session, the council will take a vote whether or not to remain in closed session pursuant to the OGO. At the conclusion of the closed session, the mayor will open the doors and announce that the result of the vote, which is a reportable action, and will also announce at the same time any other reportable action. So we should now adjourn to closed session.
Thank you. Great work. Thank you, everybody.
Me and Michael both.
Hey,